The objective of this video is to be able to solve polynomial equations by completing the square. First, you have to make it equal 0. So you subtract the 8, and that gives you 3c squared plus 6c minus 8 equals c squared. But it still doesn't equal 0, so you have to do it again. This time you subtract the c squared, so that gives you 2c squared plus 6c minus 8 equals 0. But to be able to solve it by completing the square, the coefficient of a, which is the first number, has to be 1. So you divide the whole thing by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. And of course, 0 divided by 2 is still 0. So, but for it to be able to work again, b, which is the second number, so half of b, which in this case is 1.5, then the square of that half has to equal c. So the equation has to be c squared plus 3c plus, and half of 3 is 1.5, and the square of 1.5 is 2.25. So the equation has to be that. But it doesn't equal 0 anymore because you added so many numbers to it. So since c is in the negatives, you take that number, which in this case is 4, and add it to what it is now. So 4 plus 2.25 equals 6.25. Now you can write it how it has to be. Let me rewrite it up here. So now you start solving it with SADMAP. So c plus 1.5 equals, in this case, the square root of 6.25 is 2.5. But since we're doing it like this, it can also equal negative 2.5. So it gives us 2 answers. So just like before, you solve this by SADMAP. So you subtract the 1.5, and that makes c equal 1. And this, you also subtract the 1.5, so c equals negative 4. And so here are our 2 answers.